Hello, my exotic babes. Welcome back to Exotical Stand. And in today's video, we're going to talk more about how to embrace your fluidity. Now, being multicultural, being multiracial, being an ambiguous black woman, an ambiguous multicultural woman, there are a lot of ways that you can navigate in society. Being as though there are, you know, social norms, societal expectations, certain narratives that are like preconceived prior to your existence, I'm going to tell you how to like play the game. There's a game, you know, life isn't a game, but there's a game set up. So what you need to do is play chess and not checkers. There are a lot of people out here who are programmed, and unfortunately, they are programmed and they lead with their programming in social interactions and in their everyday life. So, what you have to do to, you know, not internalize certain stereotypes or generalizations, all of that colorism, texturism, featureism, anti blackness, all of that content, you have to really hone in on your inner self. You have to embrace the fact that you have facial features, you have a skin color, a hair texture, you have cultural similarities, you have similar cultural identities with other cultures and other races of people. Do not succumb to that victim mentality or isolate yourself from the people in this world because of skin color, facial features, hair texture. There are going to be people out here that find your beauty intriguing, and they're also like put back from it because your beauty confronts a lot of like systematic things. Like being as though you're exotic, you force people to look outside of the box when essentially they were trying to put you in one. So I'm going to give an example. If you're like a black passing exotical, but you still look like super ambiguous. I'm talking like, you know, the high cheekbones, the almond eyes, you know, that kind of Blasian look. Or if you're a lighter skin exotical, you know, being as though this channel is primarily for darker skin or browner skin women, but I'm just gonna, you know, give examples here. You look ambiguous enough to fit into several people groups. So when you encounter people who are monoracial or monocultural, hypothetically, say if you have one of those mixes, you confront their ignorance. Like your presence confronts their ignorance. So don't freeze up. Don't block yourself off. Don't be a victim. I'm not saying to open yourself up to every and anyone. There's a certain level of discernment that you're going to need to have when interacting with anyone, but especially when interacting with people of your social group, because you don't know how they're programmed. So while you're watching, you know, the content like, you know, Exoticals United, Pretty in Between, you know, all of my girls, brown skin exotical, all of my girls, you have to like keep that information to yourself and just observe how you're interacting based off of what you know about yourself. Not everyone in this world is going to know you. Not everyone in this world is going to recognize you and your beauty, but there are people out here for you. And if you're constantly having to dim your uniqueness and your fluidity and your multicultural identity around certain people, certain ethnic groups, whoever, whenever, you have to look at yourself and look at the parts of yourself that you're diminishing. Don't diminish your light. Embrace your multiculturalism. Embrace the fact that you eat several different types of foods. Embrace the fact that you have multiple hobbies and multiple interests. Embrace the fact that you are educated. Embrace the fact that you are going to college, or you are starting that business, or you do have something that you're passionate about, or you are investing, or you are working on your health, or you are working on your fitness. Embrace the fact that you're switching up your beauty and you're switching up your routine. Embrace the fact that you're moving into that new neighborhood. You're saving up for that new car. Embrace the fact that you are constantly evolving. Never dim your light Always embrace your multiculturalism because that is what is going to get you ahead in life. Don't walk out here in the world living your life as one person. Embrace the multifaceted way of living. Humans, we're complex. So if you just wake up and live your life every day on the same schedule, the same routine, that's boring. You have no diversity, you have no fluidity. Like, you're boring. You're an NPC. And over here, we are the main characters. Embrace being unrecognizable. Embrace people talking about your body. Embrace people saying stuff that's negative. Embrace people projecting anti-blackness onto you. Because you know what that means? That means you stand out. Because if you were just like everybody else, they wouldn't point out your differences. So that's what makes you unique. So about this video, I'm saying embrace your uniqueness. Embrace the fact that you have a different experience in society. Don't lump yourself in with the collective. Embrace your uniqueness. Embrace being an individual. You imagine coming onto the planet and wanting to cape for people and wanting to stand up for the fight and all. No, that is so boring. That is so like years and decades and centuries ago. Like, nobody wants to keep doing that. Can we normalize people wanting to live their own lives outside of this struggle culture and this one-minded, one-track minded identity crisis, cry for help from the echo chamber, victim mentality? How many channels are they going to create? How many channels are people going to create talking about how they hate themselves and they hate their life, they hate their very existence, they hate themselves, they hate how they look, they hate how they walk, talk, breathe, everything? Because that stuff translates into real life. I have so many instances where I have been around people who are not multicultural, who have a hard time embracing the fact that I don't think like them. I don't move like them. I don't feel the same way they feel about themselves. I don't feel that way about myself. And what they do is they try to project, and so much so to the point where they're isolated. They isolate them own selves, and then they look at you to, take the blame or take the bat. It's like be the brunt of their abuse, but it's like, no, you don't have to be a doormat. You have a fluid identity, so you can embrace all the parts of yourself and you can cut them off. Because at the same time, while they're hating on you, they're praising you behind closed doors. They want their kids to look like you. All my browner skin, darker skin, exotic women, you are really the standard of beauty. People who want to attack your beauty and your features and your hair texture, and if you're slimmer, because I'm a slimmer girl, don't pay them any mind. Don't let people get in your head about how you show up in the world. Because at the end of the day, it's not helpful and it's not useful for you to have a one-track mind and operate one way in society, being as though you have a fluent phenotype and genotype. You have a fluid cultural experience and cultural identity in this world. I'm talking to all the girls that are, looking at elevating above earth consciousness, because it's like, how long are you going to be on the same topic, the same viewpoints, the same way of thinking, the same mentality? Humans are made to evolve. And there's no staying the same over here. Over here in the exotical girl club, in the exotic bad bitch club, we embrace evolving and growing. We embrace, experimenting with our pretty privilege and our beauty and putting the food down and cutting out certain parts of ourselves to become a better version of ourselves, or getting rid of certain friends, family, loved ones to become better versions of ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's everything that's right with that. So that's why they're going to condemn you. They're going to talk about you behind your back. They're going to try to isolate you. They're going to talk about your beauty. They're going to try to downplay you for trying to, elevate and grow in life because they want to be you. So that's really what I wanted to talk about. Embrace your fluid identity and don't let these people gaslight you, try to talk you out your spot. Yeah, I'm gonna see you girls later, all right? Mwah.